It's Thursday, and that means normal world. My name is Quarterback Garrett, and before you leave, look, hey, joining me today, Dave Landau. Was that a cricket?
Hey, everybody.
Hey, Dave. Cricket? I heard a cricket. Was that a cricket?
It might have been. I hope not.
Okay. How you been, man?
I didn't hear it. I've been good. I just got back to my house from Nashville.
How'd the shows go?
That's why I'm not in the studio. It was awesome. It was really good. It was Steve Byrne, Jim Brewer, Russell Brand, Rob Schneider. It was a really cool lineup. It was a really, really good show at the Ryman Auditorium.
That's awesome, man. Where can people find you next?
They can come out. I'm going to be at Hilarities in Cleveland, March 31st, June 1st, and then the Summit City Comedy Club in Fort Wayne, Indiana, June 14 and 15.
I think you meant May.
Was that?
Not March, but...
Did I? What year is it?
Yeah, it's 2022, I think.
What?
I forget. I just got off of
Is that
Dave,
accurate?
I don't remember.
By the way, we were making a joke yesterday privately between the two of us that we'll have to start calling this show Normal World and Friends to get you to come back.
That's how you stay here. That's what
It'll be
renaming the whole show.
Yeah.
Joining
June
us also.
14, 15. Yes. Sorry.
Oh, yes.
Sorry.
I have it here. I was just letting you flounder. There's Angela over there. Thanks, Angela.
Dave, read your dates.
No, I already got it. I go right here.
Oh.
June 14th, 15th. Right there. Summit Comedy Club.
I'm so sorry. Okay.
We got you.
I'm sorry.
Oh, I don't know what I'm doing here. Also, joining us today, it's not all. Not just Dave. The Jewish Vin Diesel, the comedian, the very funny Aaron Berg joining us. Thank you, sir.
Hey, everybody. I live my life a quarter at a time.
That's right.
That's how Jewish I am.
That's right.
Wait, that's my motto.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, because you're a quarter black.
Yeah, that's
Garrett.
weird that we have the same motto.
It is great to be here. I just flew in, but I had the energy to come to the studio.
Yeah, Dave's not in Michigan. He's just 4 miles away.
Oh, okay. That's what we figured.
Because you have that Iron Man heart on you.
God, it's so good. I'm glad I'm still alive. What an honor to be here. Thank you.
Oh, thanks for being here.
You must not be walking through New York in any protests.
I'm driving through Columbia in my Dodge Ram, and it's weird because those tents stick to the bottom of the tires really bad.
They catch in the grill.
I love to drive by and say, from the river to the sea you later, as I drive over them.
You live in New York State?
I wish you would.
Or is it New Jersey?
New Jersey's a different state
It's a different
than New
state.
York.
It's
yeah.
like 2 seconds away, though.
Yeah, it's adjacent.
Like
it's
basically
a
all the
bridge or a tunnel, whatever you prefer. Jews like the tunnels better.
Oh, why is that?
It's that you can keep your gold down there and a lot of foreskins.
Like a leprechaun.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, because the only thing the mattresses can be used for is sex with kids.
Baby mutilating rituals.
Yes, that's it.
Yeah. Only the goyim sleep on the mattresses. We use them for butchering children.
It's cultural.
Yeah.
Cultural thing.
The only thing that's the only reason you would have them.
Oy vey.
God.
Yeah.
It's got to be rough right now, considering the open and rampant anti-Semitism. We should get into that.
Yeah, it's.
I want to buy. So, by the way, I'm on your team. By the way, I just want to go ahead and say that, not just because my last name's Landau.
I was gonna say.
I just don't care for the people on the other side. I'll just let it say.
It's a pretty abrasive stance to take to go against terrorism.
Yeah.
But
yeah, isn't it?
Yeah, it's really cool though. There is like an uprising of kind of rebellious Jews because I think what happened a few years ago. Jews are more outspoken now. So, like, I was doing a couple shows. It's a great grift, by the way. It's called Stand Up for Israel. And we take the money, and we're just trying to make people laugh and kill brown kids.
Oh.
I don't understand what the problem is. But we were getting protested really heavily. And it happened in Toronto, and it happened in Phoenix. And it's so good. The feeling of these shows, like you're doing pretty charged up shows now with the lineup that you're on. But the feeling of these shows were like there'd be 150 protesters outside, all just yelling, very feeble people. Like at first you're frightened. You're like, all these protesters. And then you see these people and you're like, oh, they haven't been out of their house in so long. And they're very weak and they'll yell at you. And then the Jewish people would come through these protesters. And the feeling inside the shows was like such a feeling of pride and rebellion. So the shows were really charged up. So it was a great thing. It was me, Rich Voss, and Judy Gold, and it was
That's
really
awesome.
cool to do it. Yeah, really cool shows. And then the club stopped doing them because they didn't want to touch them anymore because they're like, people are saying we're complicit with genocide, and I'm like, you're just selling 2 drinks. Just relax.
It'll be fine. If people want to see you live, where can they
Live.
see you?
I'll be in Dallas this weekend at Hyenas, and you can see me. I'm regularly on Fox News Saturday nights with Jimmy Fallon.
Very funny, dude. I've seen you live. It's a great show.
I remember you being in the audience. It was fantastic.
I got roasted by Anthony Camilla.
Kumia.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a way to pronounce it.
What is it?
We would just say Kumia.
Camilla?
Yeah, no.
Kumia.
What was that?
Kamaya. Yeah, Kamaya.
Yeah, that was a great show. Dude.
That was a fun show. Yeah, I like Dallas. There's a really cool. The people are happy to see comedy here.
Yeah, because there's nothing to do.
But you're from here, so you're jaded. I think there's a lot to do here.
You think
Oil, looking at the sky.
Yeah. You can see a long way because it's very flat. No mountains or anything.
Cowboys, one of the best football teams. No.
Yeah. You think about it.
Yeah. Dallas Stars. They're in the playoffs right now. Pretty
Really?
exciting. Yeah.
It's cool.
And
Is
possibly
that a
the
basketball
Mavs.
team?
And the Mavericks. Yeah.
That's a basketball
You
team.
got the Mavericks,
Yeah.
which is it's the saddest little stadium, really. But other than that, it's nice.
Yeah. I've been watching.
It's not very impressive.
No.
For Mark
not.
Cuban, it's really not. Like, it's very odd to see that. Like, for the first time, you're like, oh, that's his place. All right, it's okay.
Maybe he was just being frugal with it. And there's WNBA.
I feel he was.
WNBA is on sports channels now. And you're like, why are they doing this? And then it's because there's this new
embarrassing.
girl that gets like 3 baskets a game and everyone's going crazy over her.
Is that the one
Do you know
that
that she-
was in Russia?
No.
Yeah, no.
That's amazing.
This one makes $60,000 a year. I'm not joking.
Yeah.
It's made national news for that's the highest paid in the WNBA.
Yeah.
$60,000
Yeah.
a year.
It's scaled, right, with the amount of money they bring in? That's how they work
I think
that out.
so. I mean, to make a quarter of what a doctor makes as an elite athlete is pretty darn good, I'd say. Yeah.
For
Throwing a
her,
ball,
that's
pretty good.
really good.
Yeah. And
everybody else is a write-off.
Yeah, she was supposed to make $240 a year, but she gets her period that often, so they have to take deductions.
How do they do that? They have to
true.
like rearrange the season.
penalized.
Does the whole team get on sync?
I would imagine that would happen. And a lot of those women are crushing dick. A lot of those girls are hot, straight girls.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's
made that
two
up.
of them.
I made that up.
Yeah, I made that up.
Never watched never watched a game.
I have not either.
Neither.
Yeah.
Neither.
I don't
has
think
anyone.
anybody-
You can take a survey.
If I was a hostage in Gaza and that was the only thing on, I'd rather watch myself
watch
die.
NBA.
Yeah, I'd rather watch my own beheading video in real time.
Can we speed this process up, please? I don't want to.
I'd impose
Yeah.
Sharia law on my television.
Start going
Right.
like, I get this place. It's starting to make
Yeah,
sense.
this isn't that bad.
You know
That
a place
was
that doesn't
part
make
of the
sense,
Russian-
Dave? No, what?
What's that?
What did you say?
No, nothing.
Oh,
Yeah.
No, you were
gotta
gonna say
work
something,
with the
though.
delay.
Thanks, Blaze.
thanks a lot. Hey, our country is very ridiculous, but so are other countries like the UK, and they have this thing called the King. They
Yes.
still got that going on, and they got a new one because their last one was a lady, and she died because she was old. So King Charles III has unveiled his portrait to a lot of question marks. So can we show the portrait?
Oh.
That's the
Wow.
new monarch poster.
Very Monet.
He's putting it up for all of his shows.
The WNBA girl had her period all over.
It's meant to represent his reign.
Why red? Why
A
pink?
lot of people are saying that they think that that it's supposed to be a demonic thing. There's all these kind of like conspiracy theories about this, about why the red. You notice the butterfly on his shoulder.
Right.
It's supposed to represent him coming into his royalty, so to speak.
Like
or
he
whatever.
was in his pupa stage the first 78 years.
Right, but a lot of people are saying that it points to something demonic with the coloring and the butterfly.
Yeah.
It is kind of disturbing a bit. And it looks like his hands are skeletal.
Yeah.
The butterfly
old.
is usually representation of the dead, though, so it could be Queen Elizabeth.
Right, and
It could be a monarch.
Yeah, in the monarchy,
Very
and a transformation, because this was started when he wasn't the king yet, and so they say it's supposed to represent his like transformation into the thing.
Maybe he's just a big fan of Crazy Town. You know,
It could be.
You're my
He's a
butterfly,
Mariah Carey
sugar
fan.
flavor. What?
He's a Mariah Carey
Oh,
fan.
see, he's just a fan of music. That's all it is.
It could be all the underage cherries that Andrew popped.
I'm going to say this. He's not bad looking for an inbred. You know what I mean?
No,
Like,
no.
Yeah, not bad.
yeah.
I
got
think it's
good
only
genes.
because his mouth is closed.
That's just every British person.
Mouthful of mushed up teeth. And
Yeah, how do you
cousin.
have moist? Yeah, just jagged can opener teeth. And he's like, yeah, just close those for the painting.
Are you done painting me yet, governor?
I'd like to have some crumpets.
Make me redder.
Put more red on there.
I want it red.
Red, really red. It's like Hugh Grant got smacked in the face with a brick.
They take their monarchs like really seriously over there.
Yeah, they're big time into that.
Hardcore.
I wonder what his stance on Palestine is.
Freeing
Hugh
you.
Grant.
Yeah. I saw somebody watching one of my favorite old movies, and it was the one with him and Julia Roberts, Notting Hill. And someone was watching it on the plane, and instead of saying, "Hey, gay dude," I said, "Ooh, a classic." And he goes, "Yeah."
Thought that was Pretty Woman.
They're
Was that Pretty Woman?
No, that was
She's a
Richard
hooker?
Gere
No.
and Julia
Oh,
Roberts.
That was Richard.
Yeah,
See, Richard Gere.
Maybe I'm
is
just thinking of his
American
real
male
life.
Good looking.
yeah, he was.
British male good looking is Hugh Grant.
Yeah, it's a elongated face, kind of downsy eyes.
Aunt.
Right.
Kind of disturbing.
Like that's the
Silly accent.
the best they have. Yeah, the best they have to offer is that.
It's
Richard
odd.
Gere is ass gerbils.
Yeah, it's
Right.
And British
weird.
people look like gerbils.
Yeah, the British people are really, and this sounds awful, not a good-looking people.
They know.
And I think it's because it's an older place. I've been to England to do comedy, and everything feels really old. And if you see somebody very attractive, you're like, oh, they probably have chlamydia. Like they've been passed around.
This is. So we're going to go in that direction. Like the longer America is, the uglier we're going to get.
I believe so. I think we take pride in how fat we are. You know,
Yeah.
America
Yeah.
loves being fat. It's a
like
country
a-
of excess.
Elizabeth Hurley and her hot lady son.
Yep. She's a lady son.
Have you seen him?
No.
Oh,
There, I'll find it.
He's one of the most bangable women in Britain.
Yeah.
Elizabeth Hurley, of
direct-
course. Yeah.
Yeah,
But I remember her
Elizabeth
lady
Hurley,
son.
but also, have you seen her lady son though?
No.
No.
The one that directs her in the sexy
Wait,
movies.
we talked about that. Yes. Okay. I'm remembering
Yeah,
this now.
He
Did you
looks
know about
like
this, Aaron?
Elizabeth Hurley.
I heard
There he is. Beautiful.
that's
See?
man. That's a
See?
man. That's a
Yep,
man.
that's supposedly.
Oh God! I mean, the bone structure, the face,
The eyes, the lips.
the lips that look like they perform so many suckable things. Look at the lips
what I
on
mean.
on her
Yeah,
ham.
on that guy's face.
Yeah.
That it's a gorgeous British woman is what you're looking at right now.
I'm watching Baby Reindeer, and this one is hotter than the one in Baby Reindeer.
I'm uncomfortable.
That one is much hotter than the one
Yeah.
in Baby Reindeer.
And you're also not supposed to say that one because it sounds antiquated.
That's true.
Yeah.
That guy is hotter
Yeah.
than the heavy set
That-
woman.
Yay, girl. I like when we're doing stand up and you see someone in the audience and you don't know what they are now. So I go, "How are you, sir, ma'am?"
Yeah.
And then I just let it sit there until they look less awkward.
Let it sit there.
Yeah.
How does comedy translate? Because you said you did comedy in the UK. How does it translate over there? Do they get all the?
I've heard now it's a very woke scene. Like people said, like Hannah Gadsby's an edgelord over there now. Like it's so woke, it's really disgusting. But years ago, I went over in 2007, and it was amazing because it's a different vibe. They don't have waiters and waitresses go around. Like there's an intermission where people get up and get drinks. So there's a real feel of this is a show. So it's got more of a theatrical vibe to it. And they listen. And people in Britain are so happy to be outside of their shitty little houses that they're so excited to be in public. Yeah, they're so small.
Dude. I went there last year, and they don't have AC. I don't know if they know what year.
There's only one Atlantic City. It's in New Jersey.
It's horrible.
Yeah.
It's a horrible place.
Yeah.
The whole audience is usually covered in soot from chimney sweeping.
Yeah.
Yes.
They're walking down the street while they're waiting in line. Lovely ladies.
They're all from Les Mis,
Yeah.
which is a
every
French.
single one of them.
Please, sir, may I have some more laughs?
And they just sit there and like, yes.
Yeah.
They are natural storytellers, though.
They are.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it was really interesting to go over there and feel how old the culture was and then try and turn that into comedy as like a fish out of water, because I was in Canada at the time. So that's just that was like a smarter, dumber England. So it was weird to go over there, and they accept you from Canada. If you're from the United States, they're supposed to hate you.
It's like,
Yeah.
unless you're from Texas or like New York, I feel like that's a thing. No, they were like, oh, you're from Texas. Like, where are the horses?
Yeah.
What's it like living up there?
Yeah.
I'm like, up there.
Up there. Yeah.
What does that mean?
Yeah, they're dumb.
You're from Toronto originally,
Toronto,
aren't you?
yeah. Or as I call it,
Okay.
Northern Gaza. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's a hardcore place.
Yeah, it's a dump now, man.
Everything is.
It got too big, too quick. And it's like you get to the airport and you're like, oh, I took the wrong flight. I'm in Mumbai. And then you realize, oh no, this is just Toronto.
That's London.
Even 20 years ago was a comedy haven.
Yeah, Toronto, a lot of funny people come out of there because it's
Yeah.
such a culturally adjacent place to the United States, but it's got ties to England. So there's like a meshing. You know, SCTV came out of there. A lot of good Norm came out of there. Harland Williams, a lot of wackadoos. And to make it out of Canada, you kind of had to be unique. You had to be, different. Like I was kind of the only dirty comic that left there at that time. And then a lot of people have followed suit. But there was no real market for dirty comedy in Canada. It just wouldn't happen because the big networks were all governmentally funded. So they wouldn't put dirty comedy on TV.
Are they still that way?
Yeah.
Still government. I mean, yeah, the BBC. Not the BBC,
Australia's the
CBC.
worst. I've heard Australia's the worst now.
Really?
The government runs everything over there. Sure, they still think like COVID's rampant. You know?
That's true. Yeah, they had the camps. They had the COVID camps back then.
Yeah.
And they were like, it's fine.
Yeah.
It's fine, mate. Just sit in it. It's fine. They give you the food.
Yeah. It's pretty good Australian
Yeah,
accent.
CBC allowed like a little. I remember CBC would allow a little bit more irreverence depending on what the topic was, but
Yeah.
I'm sure that's completely gone away at this point.
Yeah, they got real woke. It's like unless you're a trans Somalian, you're not even on the radio.
That's
Oh, so hilarious.
Yeah.
I feel like it should be turning back though at some point, like the underground, because right now, I feel like comedy, just from a viewer's standpoint, is so wanted right now.
Yeah.
It's like
It's huge.
the TV stations are all owned by the government, like you said, or they're in the pocket of them and they've got their own views and they don't let any of that kind of edge or reality bleed into that. So people want to go see it live.
Yeah.
There's got to be an underground scene in Toronto that's just like,
I don't know if it's happening there. I really don't. I mean, we did good numbers, but like I said, they almost buckled to the protesters. Like there were so many protesters. They're like, no one's in here, and the show starts in half an hour. And I'm like, you can't call this off. It's a loss if you call it off. And then sure enough, people started piling in, and it was sold out.
well, even like massive, there's been a bunch of protests at colleges, and Jerry Seinfeld recently went to a college and he was getting it was a commencement speech, or he was accepting an
honorary degree
honorary
at Duke
degree.
University.
Yeah.
But he was giving
getting
a speech.
At Duke. At Duke.
Yeah, at Duke. Yeah, he was getting booed.
Right. And little known fact, he used to play on the lacrosse team there, and there was an incident several years ago.
What was the incident?
That happened with, just Google Duke lacrosse.
Oh, I have no idea
Yes.
what this
You
is.
You don't remember this?
I don't. Well, I don't.
Don't Google it.
I do.
It's a horrible thing
It's a
that
thing.
happened.
It's a
Jerry
thing.
Seinfeld
Okay,
was not there.
Do we have a clip?
We do.
Seinfeld wasn't involved.
No.
No, it was
Seinfeld was not there.
I was like, what?
Who are these lacrosse players that are diddling these girls?
What's going on?
What's the deal with raping a stripper?
Why do it?
It's not so bad. Play the clip.
Oh, sorry. Here we go.
We were not allowed to shoot our own video of the ceremony, but you can hear chanting as a few dozen students walked out, some carrying Palestinian flags while chanting Free Palestine.
God.
Seinfeld has been vocal about his support for Israel. Their chants eventually replaced. As you might expect from the famed comedian, his speech was filled with jokes.
You went to Duke. That is an unbelievable privilege. I now have an honorary doctorate of humane letters degree from Duke University.
See, I think that's more of a silver lining. People want to paint that as like a bad thing. That's like 5 stupid people having a stupid opinion and going in front of everybody and shouting them down. But then everyone else in that crowd, Jerry, and they continued without, like, just ignore these people.
Yeah.
Let's continue. Like when you do your shows, just go inside, watch the show. Who cares about the 10, 20 people that are outside? They'll go away eventually.
Yeah.
Just do those shows.
I think it's odd that Jerry Seinfeld is now the voice of anti-cancel culture.
He just came out recently. He's like the edge guy. He's on the edge of all this stuff, and it's like Jerry Seinfeld.
Yep.
Sorry, Dave. Go ahead.
Jokes aside, the idea that you're going against Jewish people in show business, it doesn't make any sense. Like you're saying that, okay, we're for genocide. Really? Like it's been a Jewish-ran medium in the United States for a very long time. That's not even saying anything that's remotely racist or anti-Semite or
It's just the
anti-Semitic.
facts,
And so to go after somebody like Jerry Seinfeld or anybody else or any comedian who's performing on stage is absurd to me. And I think the good thing about it is I think Americans in general are getting tired of it. And when you do look at the number of people walking out, it's a good microcosm of what's going on in society because it's very few that are actually causing the problem while everybody else is just kind of like, you know what, fuck you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like, just done with it. The same things you see. I remember like 5 years ago, people would block a highway and it would be a whole big thing and people would be like, oh, man, but they wouldn't. They'd stay there. Now people are they're done. So they move them out of the way. Like, we're tired of this whining. Your life's not that bad. Let's just move on and have our lives. We're tired.
Are your favorite videos when people drive over protesters?
I can't legally say that on the internet.
They're so fun when you watch compilations of it, and it doesn't matter what protest it is. It's really fun to watch.
Any situation people are blocking a highway, it's just annoying. Except that time that I did it. That was fun.
Did you protest ever?
I went to Chaz. I blocked the highway in Chaz.
Did you really?
Yeah.
You joined the protest.
We did a bit.
Wow.
It was wild. And then 2 days after I left, somebody got hit and killed on the same exact spot. And I was like, that was me, bro.
Wow.
Right there.
You're so brave.
Beautiful and brave.
Yeah.
Garrett stayed at the guy's house who started the whole. What was the guy's name?
What was that guy's name? Like,
he was a gun runner.
Yeah.
What was that guy's name?
Riz something.
Yeah.
Garrett wasn't there because he was on the side of the people there. He was just trying to blend in to get footage of what jackasses
It was a wild time.
I went to George Floyd Square. I was at the House of Comedy in Minnesota last weekend. So we went, and I took my friend Bobby with me, and we were videotaping to see how it had changed. Because, like, there's pro-Palestine flags all over George Floyd Square. Now, they've really appropriated it. And there was a woman there, and she goes, who are you? Why are you taping this? And I go, we cover all the protests. We're, like, allies.
Yep.
And she goes, no, you can't videotape here. What's your name? I said, Aaron, what's your name? And she goes, the gatekeeper. And I was like,
well, I'm the key master.
Yes. There is no Dana, only Zool. and
I'm Gozer.
And then, so I threw her down and I started kneeling on her neck. Yeah. And
right there on George Floyd.
When in Rome.
I'm like, well, it's a reenactment. Then start doing Civil War reenactments. It was really, but you remember these things and these places like Chaz will never be the same. George Floyd Square will never be the same. Columbia is never going to be the same. People are going to remember these things for years. They've tainted these things, and it's a fine line because you want to believe in free speech, and we do. But then there's also the notion of hate speech and inciting violence in people.
Yeah.
And it's a weird thing. But BLM, the cops never went in for BLM. So it was kind of a weird thing. I get it, but these people are wearing, towels around their necks.
Yeah.
I don't think you should be able to cover your face at a protest either.
Agreed.
That should be like the line. If you're going to protest, you protest openly.
Yeah.
Say your piece as yourself.
There's a law in Ohio that they brought up that was an old anti-KKK law. Did you hear about this?
No.
And if you're in a group of like 20 people and your face is covered, you can be arrested. So that they instilled that at University of Ohio. They started arresting people. And they should put that should be an American law. I think you should have to show your face.
If you believe in something enough to protest for it and you're not there to cause harm or violence or anything like that, then there should be no issue with that.
Yeah.
Do you really believe it? Huh? Do you?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, like a lot of the people that walked into January 6th who weren't covering their face, knowing they were on camera.
Yeah.
They released the video of lectern guy. We had him here a couple times. He's a friend of the show. They released the video of his infiltration, his thievery.
Yeah.
He's just going around correcting stuff that's fallen over.
Yeah.
Like he's like fixing
Making
stuff.
it better.
It's such a weird double standard. All those people should be let off.
Yes.
Anybody from January 6th should be let off.
Well, also
especially the dude that leaked Pelosi's tits. He should be given a doctorate. Yeah.
He should be put in prison.
Yeah.
Oh he should be put under the chair.
Painful.
That's terrorism.
it is.
Death by
Ask the
waterboarding.
internet because they want that.
That dude's watching at least one full WNBA game, as far as I'm concerned.
I want to talk about something, Dave, and we've talked about this before. Folds of Honor.
Yes.
It's Craft Co. They sell whiskey. I've tried it. I'm the only one that's tried it here.
I'm wearing their hat.
Are you wearing the hat?
Yeah. I wasn't pointing to me like I tried it.
Yeah, I was going to say.
I didn't try it.
Good.
I don't drink.
Neither.
It's actually really good. Derek Richards has tried it, and he knows his whiskey. Mm-hmm. They're actually partnering with
Folds of Honor.
What was it?
Folds of Honor.
Folds of Honor.
That's the name of the.
I thought they were running Folds of Honor, and they were partnering with.
Either
way,
Flying A Spirits.
If you order from their website, you can help first responders and military families. That's the charity. Mm-hmm. So
it's scholarships for their kids. It's a really great cause.
I have a copy I need to read here. What does it go to? It's on the screen.
FlyingAspirits.com. In a second,
Use
there will be
promo code
a QR
Normal
code.
World. Yeah, put up the. There it is. Boom.
is.
You can scan that promo code right there and use our promo code Normal World and get free shipping on any of those. And again, it helps out first responders and military families.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they've awarded 51,000 scholarships and more than $200 million so far to families in need that are obviously from disabled vets, first responders. So if you do, you get yourself a little bit of very good liquor, and you're actually doing something really good for people by going just to flyingaspirits.com and using the code Normal World.
Yeah,
do it.
You're going to get free shipping, and you're going to help somebody out. So that's
pretty nice.
Cool.
I like that.
It's nice to buy something and help someone when you buy something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And getting drunk.
Yes.
Yeah. Just getting smashed.
You get smashed.
So that they can go to school.
Getting smashed for the kids.
Yeah. Do you get real smashed?
That's
once a year.
That's the original treatment for PTSD.
Yeah. Getting smashed.
If you order today, they will send a bottle to the child of
medicine.
Yeah. Any child. This is not technically inside of the ad read, so it doesn't count. This is all jokes.
Now, this watch was inside your father, and you are going to take this watch with poop on it, so you have to drink this. I can't hold an impression for longer than 5 seconds. It went from Walken to Stewie from Family Guy.
Yeah. He died of dysentery.
I was going to say, speaking of things inside your father, we have an Ask Dr. Steve segment.
I was trying to avoid this. We do have an Ask Dr. Steve. Please roll the clip of whatever it is that he's going to say.
Ask Dr. Steve.
Hey, it's your old pal, Dr. Steve, and this week Rob asks, can you please explain urethral sounding? I was watching a YouTuber talking about people who did it with sticks, worms, wasps, and one guy even broke a toothbrush all up in there. What the heck is going on? Well, Rob, the FBI had a field day with my search history on this one. Urethral sounding is a practice where objects are introduced into the urethra, aka the piss tube, for medical purposes or sexual pleasure. The term sounding is a nautical term where poles or knotted ropes were used to determine water depth from the deck of a boat. In medical practice, sounding rods can be used to measure the depth of the bladder or treat strictures or remove blockages. The appeal of sounding in sexual practice is multifaceted. Sensory stimulation of the genitals, prostate stimulation, enhanced erections, improved orgasms, and a sense of community between practitioners. Now, cramming tubes and rods into one's urogenital tract carries a certain amount of risk, however, including infections, tissue damage, perforation, and even blockage when the object is lost inside the body. These things get slippery. If you think I'm making this stuff up, here's a patient who stuffed a cell phone charger cable into his bladder and had to have it removed surgically. Another man reported in the Journal of Medicine, Baltimore, stuffed 67 magnetic balls into his urethra and had to have them removed surgically. A 10-year-old boy broke that record with 83 magnetic beads, which had to be removed surgically. Are you sensing a pattern here? If you lose something in your bladder, it's going to have to be surgically retrieved, usually with a cystoscope, which is a tube they shove into your urethra to remove things that got stuck when you shoved them into your urethra. Now, lots of people enjoy this practice, and prevention is worth a ton of ER visits where a lot of explaining has to be done. Learn safe practices before you try. Get devices made for this purpose with a ring or a ball on the end that prevents the whole thing from being lost. Use sterile technique, nothing breakable, and if you do get into trouble, seek help. Tell them exactly what happened. Let the professionals take care of you. There will be no judgment, but you can't fix it on your own. Right, Dave?
Yeah, I wish you would have told me about those magnetic balls yesterday.
There's going to be some judgment.
A 10-year-old
sorry,
boy had 83 magnetic balls in his urethra and had to be removed from Diddy's home.
Thank you, Dr. Steve.
Thanks, Dr. Steve.
I'm gay Dr. Lewis Black. Dave.
You guys should have seen Aaron's face during that, though. I'm so sorry, man.
Yeah. I think we need a camera just for that, and we put it in the corner, just the
Reaction
facial
cam.
It was
expression.
really sick, man.
Who's doing
Next
that?
time
I mean, hey.
my son wants me to buy him anything, he's getting it.
My dad never got me a race car. Let's go, urethra.
Yeah, no, I'll give you whatever you want to play with. Just leave it alone.
Do you spoil your kid? Dave, do
Yeah.
you spoil your kid?
I do. He's an only child. I can't help it.
I'm in the same position. I said the other day, I go, what do you love so much about me? She goes, whatever I want, you get it for me right away.
That's love.
Yeah, she's a good kid.
I try to act like I won't do it, and then 5 minutes later we're still in the same store, and I'm like, all right, you can get it. You've been well behaved enough.
Yeah.
It's so
It's only
hard
a
to
few
say
tiny-
no.
Yeah.
Yeah, he has to be a really big dick for me to say no,
Yeah.
which he has been. But I mean,
Yeah.
it's hard.
Yeah.
Because he's a good kid. Like, he gets straight A's. He plays sports. He's nice and polite. Like, I can't.
You're like, well, compared to every other kid out there, you're a freaking angel. Sure, you can have an Xbox.
Like I was an awful kid when I was 9. So I can't even imagine.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was like if he was in China, he'd be working already so he could buy it himself, But now you
gotta take advantage of the privilege we have.
Father, my fingers are so sore.
That's the voice. My fingers are so sore.
Oh, Father.
So small, you made me stick them into a small place.
Why I make so many iPhone?
Yeah.
But I never
don't
get one.
want a toy. I want the rest of my hands.
I want to eat. Can I eat and rest?
Yeah.
No.
I can't use chopsticks. I have to use just face.
I use a face to eat a unagi ear. Boy, Shane Gillis ruined that accent for all of us.
Oh, man, he did.
I know.
It's so hard to
Not
make it.
that racist.
He's got a new show on Netflix, and it's
Yeah.
called Tires.
Tires.
Which is pretty cool. I
Tires,
like
yeah.
that he has a show. He should have came out first episode with that voice.
Yeah.
Just do it.
A lot of people thought he was going to do that on SNL.
Yeah.
It would have been really
His
fun.
monologue.
Yeah.
The entire monologue.
It'd be funny if the entire everybody in Delco proper just talks like that on the series.
They changed the name to Tiles because they what is this? A ceramic place? No, he said tiles. Tiles. Tiles.
It's just an origami. It's an origami shop.
Yeah.
Nothing
That show's gonna be #1
Dude, yeah.
for weeks.
Yes.
It's gonna blow.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
Everything with Shane turns
Shane
to
is
gold.
killing it, dude. He's killing it to the point I'm getting suggested AI versions of Shane reading history.
What?
Yeah. There's whole websites, not websites, but channels. I said it like an 80-year-old. Channels on YouTube that AI Shane Gillis's voice to read ancient history. And it's like 2 hours long. That's the video.
Wow.
Yeah. So I hope I can be that successful one day.
I have blocked all my successful friends on Instagram because I don't want to see their videos.
Fuck you.
They're just doing too well. I'll be like, do not suggest. And they'll be like, why? I'm like, this offends me.
Yeah, I hate it.
Yeah.
Makes me think about myself.
They're killing it.
Yeah.
You know? They're killing it. These guys are rich. Comedians are too rich now. When you have your own liquor line, you're too rich.
Too much?
Yeah.
Is there like a line? Like when do you get to that?
You're supposed to be struggling and suffering and eating chicken fingers. And then there's a point where, like, maybe you go to a steakhouse once a week. Anything more than that is far too much for me.
I really, it can be confusing. I was talking to Chris, who created the series at the mothership the other night. It was just funny because he's like, he knows the people will like Shane in it. It's just his worry is if they'll like him.
Yeah.
Because it's like his baby.
Is
so
he in the show?
I'm just worried that they're. Yeah, he's the second star of it.
Oh,
basically.
okay. Okay. He's like the manager of the tire shop.
No, he's one of the workers at the tire shop.
Yeah.
He was watching it and he's just thinking like, I hope they're just not like, I like it all but that one guy.
Yeah.
One guy, like he's just terrified.
Just
That's what's
brings
going to
it
end up
down.
being.
And it's so weird to have friends get that famous and you want to be like, hey, I should be in your show because they're putting all these other guys in the show. And you're like, they'll ask when it's time. They'll ask when
you don't want to lean in and be like, I've known you longer, right? You son of a bitch.
I used to put you up on my Monday show when nobody would. Yeah. God, they're so rich, But Dave, I'll tell you this: not happy. They're probably miserable. Who wants those problems?
No, I mean he's very happy.
Yeah, me. Yeah, those are nice
I would like
problems.
to have those problems.
I've never seen comics so rich and happy.
Yeah, I guess that's the point.
I don't think I've ever seen a
No,
comic
that's
happy.
what's funny. It's like, well, I guess no, I don't know any happy comics. That's true, but
Yeah.
I think there's like 4. There's probably 4, and they're still insecure.
Yeah, I mean, Kreischer looks happy, but the amount of booze that has to go into his system on a daily basis to probably hit even keel, I think.
Kreischer is one comment a day from killing himself.
Yeah.
So it's he's definitely not happy.
But he puts out so much like a jovial Santa Claus vibes,
He is a joke.
Oh, yeah,
Like one that takes his shirt off all the time.
Drunk people do that.
Yeah. Nikki Glazer's joke on that roast was stellar. She goes, Berg Kreischer,
Yes.
I love your joke. Shirts are meant to stay on, but you take them off. It was so funny. He's killing it. They're so rich, Dave. They're so rich.
I don't.
Oh, boy. I hope the IRS crushes them.
It will be. Yeah, they should start doing a crib so they can start seeing what they shouldn't have.
Yeah.
It's an FBI.
And I can be like, dude, I'll hide some stuff for you.
Yeah. I remember, I think Kreischer bought Segura a classic car for his birthday 5 years ago. If Landau's lucky, I send him an e-card.
And not even like a
Yes,
new
I'll
one,
get-
like a 1995 Windows XP,
Yeah.
like a flash art.
Like something like that.
Well, now that Red Lobster is bankrupt, a lot of people are getting that as a gift.
Are they really?
Oh, yeah, they're filing for bankruptcy.
Can we buy a Red
Apparently
Lobster and
tipping
make
is
it our
rolled
own?
into their money. I think we can just get a Red Lobster now.
Yeah.
They're going to be auctioning them off.
Think about all the cheese biscuits.
I got food poisoning 3 times at Red Lobster.
It's Red Lobster.
So did everyone. That's the problem.
When you're here, you're sick.
Yeah. Here's some butter to make you feel less sick.
Here's some butter to help you get it out.
It's a butter flavor.
It's not great when there's like the fish tank there and they're all swimming in their own shit, and I'm like, that's what I'm going to eat.
Red
They're
Lobster.
not making those.
You should have stopped at the biscuits.
They're making those.
They're not.
They're pulling them out of there.
They're frozen already. They're not pulling them out of the tank and cooking them up for you.
Stop destroying my freaking dreams.
Sorry.
You think that tank is just for show?
Yeah.
Wow.
It would take so much like extra prep, and this is coming from somebody who's worked in the restaurant business for a while. It would take so much extra prep and stuff that they're not going to do. It's frozen. Like, it's frozen in the back already.
How much
There's
prep?
like
You got to kill them. That's like how you kill them, is when you cook them, right?
I'm just saying, like, it would take
'em and you're like,
forever.
No, you blow up the hospital they're under.
Yeah. No, they're all microwave. Everything. Like
Microwaved lobster.
What do they do when they take it out? Don't they
All
take it out of the
microwave.
tank?
And they put it in the bag for a little bit, and I guarantee you at the end of the
drop it
night, they
back.
put them back in. They're all the same lobsters.
Wow, fake lobsters.
This is
why they're going under.
horrible. We need to do an expose on
That was a really good B-52 song. Do you remember that? Fake lobster.
Dave, did you see this New York City Dublin portal thing go around the internet the last like week? Have you seen this yet?
I did not.
It's some kind of art installation. It's a live feed between the cities. It's supposed to be like a camaraderie thing. Apparently, they had it for like 5 years in other European countries and nothing happened. But once they put it in New York City, obviously day one it got messed up. I think somebody in Dublin showed the Twin Towers exploding.
Yeah, and if you look closely, you can see Osama bin Laden's daughter on one of the planes.
Yeah. You could see Tower 7 through the camera.
Yeah.
They also this one's actually, I think this one will actually bring people together. Play the clip. I'm not even going to set it up.
That's great.
Yeah. I think it brings
That's
people
art.
together. So to our resident conspiracy theorist, Ken, has joined us today to investigate further because they shut down this art installation, right? They put a gate around it.
Yes. They shut down the...
Hello, Ken.
Hello, I'm good.
You're good?
Bring your mic
Bringing
closer.
me back
I can't hear you.
We gotta,
to normal world and friends.
there you go. To your mouth.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, good. Thank you. Yes. So
That's a nice shirt
I
I
saw
bought
the
you.
video too. I was really intrigued by the clip. Could we watch it one more time, please?
We just
Oh, you did? Oh, well, you told me. There we go. So, for a couple of reasons, I wanted to figure out the other angle to see what we saw in Dublin. And so,
okay. So just whatever the Dublin people were seeing
yes. So here we
for
have
posterity reasons.
yes.
Okay.
Here we have the country of Africa, which isn't much to talk about.
It's a
And then
continent.
here we have
Yeah, there's a lot of countries inside of that.
Ireland. That's where Dublin is.
Okay.
And then over here we have New York, right there, and right there.
Seems
And then
accurate to any map.
here in Dublin, after scouring the internet and the world for 2 weeks, I
Oh, good.
found
Wait, for 2 weeks? This hasn't been going for that long. It's only been like a week, I think.
there was some time travel involved.
What were you searching before that?
The same stuff.
Okay, Ken.
Anyways,
What did you find?
well, in Dublin, I did find the other end of that portal video. So let me show that clip now.
Oh, okay.
All right.
I don't think that's
Yep.
what was actually.
Yep, that was it.
I don't think that's it. That's not a live feed.
Yes, it
I'm pretty
was.
sure that was
That
Girls
guy
Gone
went
Wild.
to jail.
No,
That was Girls Gone
that
Wild.
was Dublin.
That guy went to jail for underage stuff.
Oh no!
No.
Yeah, that's
Play it again.
no. Don't play.
There we go.
No.
They're saying
it's
Girls Gone Wild.
superimposed.
No.
That's Snoop Dogg.
Right, he performed in Dublin.
Technically, that would be New York because they're from Dublin. They're looking through the portal.
He performed in.
It doesn't matter.
Yes.
It's not real.
No, it is.
Is that the
real.
rapper
Where did you-
that loves Hot Pockets?
Thank you for my.
Where did you get that footage?
I bought it.
Okay, that's Girls Gone Wild, dude. It's not.
It's not.
When did you buy it?
In Dublin.
No, not where. When?
2002.
Oh, yeah. It was.
So we did this for 3 minutes so Ken could draw tits.
I heard the other conspiracy theory was that she just had a frontal mastectomy and there was only one breast.
That's why they shut it down.
There wasn't. It's like the Zapruder footage.
Was it-
though.
It
Like,
is.
where is the other
Was
angle?
it
But it's
the
more
Franken
mysterious.
tits is the problem?
Oh yes, conspiracy files.
This isn't a conspiracy, Ken.
Yes, it is. Well, no,
I
it's
think we
not
solved
because
It's
I
not. I
discovered
think.
it.
Yeah. I mean, they're just boobs.
We need to get Ken a hooker.
I heard that.
Yeah.
Fine. But you-
All right,
Kid,
kid.
get out of here.
All right.
Get
no,
out.
actually,
No, I think you should
deserve
leave.
To be here.
I think you're. Look.
You need to
No.
get out.
I have some grievances.
Okay. Well, sit over there.
Here?
Stay over there
Uh,
and be quiet.
no,
Yeah.
I'm allowed to talk.
No.
Camera on.
Cut his mic. Cut the mic off.
Is it?
Cut it.
Got
Can
it.
you please cut the? Thank you. Okay, and then never show that angle ever again.
That was really
Is
good.
he just gonna stand between them?
He's sneaking.
I love the fact that he's like this young Alex Jones ready to blossom.
He
Yeah.
just needs any
he would-
information.
if he would ever actually have something to present, it'd be great.
So that was
He
not
believes that
good.
he thinks that the tits are crisis actors.
Yeah. Sandy tits never happened.
These are implants.
Implants.
Hey, Aaron.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming on, dude. You got to come on again when Dave is here in the
This
scene.
is so I like it better when he's there. This is great, man. I miss his laugh, and it's so fun to be here. And it was an honor. Thank you for having me,
And again, you
appreciate
can see Aaron.
Dallas. This week we've only got about 300 tickets left per show, so get them real quick because they're going fast. I think we've already sold 3 or 4 tickets per show.
Sweet.
So it's selling out, and you gotta get that buzz.
Get in there.
That buzz. And my new show, Tiles, all Asian rendition of Shane Gillis's Tires, is coming out, starring Helen Hong and all the people that were in Beef on Netflix.
Something Wong.
Yeah.
Yeah. And We Too Low.
Something Wong.
Bang Ting Ao as well. Dave, where can
Ali
people
Wong.
find you?
Ali Wong.
Ali
and
Wong.
Something Wong.
Ali Wong and her brother,
Wong and
Something. This my brother, Something.
Some young guy.
Oh man.
Dave, where can people see you?
You can see me next weekend in Fort Myers at Snappers Comedy Club, and then also coming up, I'll be at Hilarities in Cleveland.
Nice.
And
Hey,
back there next week, I'll be back in studio.
Yay.
Hey,
We miss
welcome
you, man.
back. We miss you.
Yay.
Dude. For real. I don't like it when
I
you
miss
leave.
you.
I want you to be here with us every single day.
We're
Always.
codependent now.
Thank
all of
you.
us.
Yeah, it's too late. Now we need you, Dave. Sorry.
It's great.
Hey, before we leave, I want to promo this. Blaze, if you like what's happening on the Blaze, you like this show, you want to support this show, you can go to blaze.com and get their merchandise. They have merchandise.
It's shopblazemedia.com.
That's right.
They got
Not our
jackets.
merchandise because we don't have any.
Nice.
We're working on it.
You got a mug.
We've asked for it. Well, you can't buy that.
Oh.
We
That's
had
just
to
special.
make it.
I have to steal it?
We had to make it by hand. So please go to
shopblazemedia.com. Get yourself a jacket, a hoodie, something. Maybe someday soon we'll have some merch there you guys can buy. Send them an email. Send them an email and be like, gotta get Normal World merch.
Just bombard them with like, hey, why doesn't Normal World have merchandise? And they'll be like, trash. But they really do have really good quality shirts. They brought them into the studio to kind of test it out and see which ones they wanted to use. And the material's really great and the designs are really fun. So go check those out if you want to support the network and support us by letting them know you want us to have some merch.
Yeah.
All right. So see you next Tuesday. with brand new episodes. Dave's going to be back. And also, just a little tease. Outsiders. See you next Tuesday. Bye.